Hey guys, what's up? Lumpy Ice Cream here, off-screen Tim there.
Hi.
Today we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars Black Series Kylo Ren with Starkiller base. Not to give too much away, but I already think this is a better figure than the singular release. I'm going to get into reasons why. Even though I don't have that release, I know the differences. So, yeah, we'll get into that. But first, let's take a look at the packaging. It's basically your standard Black Series packaging. We'll bring in Captain Phasma's, you can see that, but upscaled to accommodate... I didn't mention it in my review, but there is like an open window up the top there. So, yeah, you can see it's basically just an upscaled version of that. So, at the top, we have Star Wars, the Black Series. Probably should have bought Darth Maul's packaging to compare, just to show how the packaging has changed, because it's changed quite a bit since those early figures. You got a picture of Kylo Ren there, interestingly enough without the hood. That's a bit weird. Don't know why they went down that road, but you can see
him.
You can see there Kylo Ren, Starkiller base. At the side there, you don't have a number like you do on Captain Phasma, but oh well. And then on the side here, just says Kylo Ren, or it starts to, just says Kylo Ren, and then cuts off. At the top, large window section. At the back, you get, where is he? The same image at the front, except larger, Star Wars Black Series. Starkiller base, Kylo Ren. Read-up says, a dark warrior strong with the Force, Kylo Ren commands First Order missions with a temper as fiery as his unconventional lightsaber.
It doesn't mention anything about him being a Sith.
Yes.
Sorry, everyone, he's not a Sith. Stop
correct.
saying he is.
So, yeah. Quick break. Sorry. So yeah, I believe that's the same read-up as the singular release. So, yeah, that's the... Nope, we got to do the backwards throw. That's how we do it here. So that's the packaging. To be fair, that couldn't have gotten to the bin.
Could have at least tried.
Now that the packaging's been put in its place, let's move on to the figure. This pose brought to you by the Tim.
Hi!
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah. Let's look at the articulation. Okay, so the head is on a ball joint. And I'm not sure how they managed to do this, but the hood is actually attached to the head. It's not like attached to the body, so that when you turn the head, the hood turns with it. You can't really turn it a full 360. I don't recommend you try, mainly because of this cape section here. It can't really look up or down, but you know, he's got a helmet, so it's to be expected. He does have a ball joint at the shoulder, which can go out both sides. The cape doesn't really hinder the articulation. So yeah, he also rotates. That might be hindered. Yeah, it's kind of hindered on this side, but whatever. He does have a rotation at the elbow, as well as just a single hinge. Again, not the best articulation, but what are you going to do? So he does have a rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge. However, on this side, the hinge is vertical, so it moves up and down as opposed to side to side. That is because that's the lightsaber hand. So, yeah. I think, yeah, he does have an ab crunch underneath all of the robes, which you can get a fair amount of movement from. I mean, he wasn't particularly active in the movie, like not to a Darth Maul degree, so, you know, you don't really need that. But he does have a rotation at the diaphragm. Underneath the robes and all of that, he does have a leg joint, which kicks fair fair bit forward and to the side. He has a thigh swivel, double jointed knee, but I don't think you'll be able to utilize that because, yeah, actually, there we go. There's just a lot to get past. He does also have an ankle joint, which can't really move any more forward than that, and goes back that far. But he also does have a rotation at the ankle. So, yeah, that's it for articulation. It's pretty standard for the line. Let's take a look at the sculpt and all of the fabric and all of that. So, the hood is a fabric piece. It probably would have been cool if they put like a wire around the front of the hood just so you could like pose it, because there's sometimes where it sticks out a lot and it looks kind of odd. But, and you can't, like, keep it there, but, like, if you wanted to, I guess you could, like, glue it there, but I don't recommend it. You can pull the hood back, but it won't stay there. But, let's pull it back to take a closer look at the helmet. It's a really nice looking helmet. They've got all these, like, dings and scratches in it, and they didn't even need to sculpt it all back here. They could have just left that as is, but it's a really nice touch that they went to such detail on it. You got the silver front section, which I think brings the whole look together. The little prongs at the bottom there, I guess, for lack of a better word. The visor at the front really looks great. And just pulling the hood forward over the front of it just looks really menacing. He does have this plastic piece. I do wish it was a little bit softer, but oh well, it's really tattered and looks really weathered and old, which is really nice, and just goes over this shoulder and then goes behind this one. And then a main piece of the figure is this fabric robe. It's all stitched up the top here, and it's got this pattern in it as well, which is really, really nicely done. Usually fabric on a 1/12 scale figure doesn't tend to work out for the best. I mean, just look at the Palpatine figure, and yeah. But this turned out really, really well. It's stitched at the top here and then goes off down here and splits off into the back section and the two front sections, and it's really nicely done. There's no threads coming loose. It's all neat and proper. Looks really good. There's this belt here, which is like a hard plastic piece with the silver buckle there. Goes all the way around. Then the arms have this like ribbed effect on them, which is really good. The hand here is sculpted in like a Force pose hand. With the regular release, that was a lightsaber gripping hand, something that a lot of people complained about because they would have preferred the Force hand, so they did that for this figure. And of course, this side is sculpted to hold the lightsaber, which we'll get to later. Underneath the fabric robes, if we lift those up, you can see that the ribbed things continue. I'm not sure if in the movie Kylo Ren is like wearing like this fabric, or not fabric. I mean, maybe it's leather. I don't know, like undersuit. And then it goes off into these. So, but I can presume he does. That also goes to the back as well. And then underneath that, he's just wearing basic black pants. His boots have like a few straps and all of that leading down. And then we come to another, or I guess the major difference of the figure is the snow paint effects that are down the bottom. The little white specks, I think probably could have been done a little bit better. It kind of looks like stars, and I don't know. That's just what I see when I look at this. But the white spray, especially on the back here, looks really good. I'm really impressed with that Hasbro would actually go to this much effort. Like, you know, they could have just left that off, and, you know, I don't think anyone would have really batted an eye at it, like, whatever. But we do see similar effects. We'll just bring in Finn on his shoes. I think they're a lot better here than on the Finn figure. You don't get a sense that these are black shoes covered in sand. They're just straight up sand color. But here, you get the black and then with the white overspray, which they got in the hinges, which is kind of impressive. And then the effect kind of dies down at the back, but it's still slightly there. It's a really nice effect. I mean, on the robes, it looks, you know, semi-decent, but then on the boots, it looks absolutely fantastic. So, while the figure is basically just the same with a new hand and new paint effects, we do get brand new accessories. Not one of these came with the actual Kylo Ren. First off, we'll start with, you know, standard for anyone that has one. Well, we'll get to that later. Lightsaber. Now, this one is... We got this with the original release, but it wasn't this sculpt. They had incorporated the removable blade feature with that one, but they did it in a way where all three beams were conjoined by, like, a strip of energy that connected the vents to the actual main blade, and it just didn't work. It looked super odd, and this time they revised it. They gave you the ignited version and just the hilt. I mean, I don't think anyone would use this unless it was for, like, stop motion or something. Like, I don't think you'll have Kylo Ren posed with this. But, you know, if you have a character who has a lightsaber, you're going to want them with that lightsaber. I do have a slight problem with this. I think the crossguard is just a bit too high. I think it could have been just a tad lower. When you look at the actual lightsaber, there's like a little gap between the blade and then the crossguard, but here it's just like, you know, pretty much straight, even. But they did capture the fiery effect of the lightsaber, which is really nice. The paint apps look really good. They got the red wire and all the gold. The silver brush probably doesn't need to be there, but it's nice that they put it there. And then here is just, you know, the hilt. Looks basically the same. So that can be fitted into his right hand. I have the wires facing forward, like so. And there we go. He's ready to fight some battles. Or just destroy some computer monitors. I don't know. Whatever he gets up to in his day-to-day life. Come on. He doesn't want to stand. Which is funny, because he comes with a display stand. Something that I think should be standard within action figures. I mean, if it's something like this, or just like a black circle with like Star Wars written on it, it's just nice to, you know, to have a display stand with your figure. This is basically a piece of translucent blue plastic, which I'm never a fan of when they try to use snow and they like use blue plastic. You know, it's just kind of weird. But they do have this white paint going on over the top of it, and then those little white specks like down there. But it's really nicely sculpted. You know, it comes off to all these edges. You can see a footprint there, and then these two footprints, which have treads sculpted into them, but there's no treads on the bottom of the feet. Now, there's no pegs sticking out to actually secure the figure, but he just simply stands in the holes, and there you go. Now, while this is a really nice display piece, it's kind of a continuity error within the movie that, like, you know, during this scene, his helmet was off. I'm not really sure why they did that, but, you know, it was a conscious decision.
Cool thing.
What?
It was a cool thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But, I'm thankful that they did do this revision to Kylo Ren. Usually, I'm not a fan of added paint work to figures. Like, if they do a battle-damaged version, I usually tend to ignore it and all of this. And this isn't battle-damaged, but, you know, it's along those lines. And, but I think that the changes... I'm really glad that I did not purchase the Kylo Ren beforehand, because this one is definitely the superior figure. If you do not own a Kylo Ren, but you're thinking about getting one, however much more this guy is than the other one, I would say it's worth it. For me, it cost me exactly the same amount as what Black Series figures are down here, and that's like 35 Australian dollars. So, yeah, it's interesting that they were selling him for the same price. But, yeah, definitely get this version. Even if you're not going to get the display stand, I just think you can have more fun posing this guy. The lightsaber looks better. As mentioned, the hand. So let's move him over. And we'll bring in Captain Phasma, which, as you can see... they stand almost the same height when he's on the display stand. If you want to see the height between these two when he's off the display stand, go watch her review. I'm making you work for it, guys. We'll bring in Finn, which I guess if you wanted to, also you could like stand him on the base as well. Kylo Ren just falls straight off. He does fit within the stand as well, guys, if you wanted to know. Actually fits a little bit better than Kylo Ren. But, yeah, really you could use this for anyone. If you had an Iceman figure, you could fit him in there. So, yeah, there's that. Put Finn there. Finn, stand. There we go. And Rey.
Don't put the stuff like that.
What, like that? What?
Don't put it like that.
Okay, like that.
Because the little lanyard bit was shooting up. So that kind of annoyed me. Anyway. And
there we go. Now these aren't all the Force Awakens figures, but you know, wait. BB-8. It's probably not even in shot, but that doesn't matter.
The most important.
The most important. He is drunk now.
Fucking hell.
There we go. And, yeah, so obviously this guy's a 10. He's probably going to break my top 10 action figures, if I can be honest. Still don't know where I'm going to put him. But, definitely a recommend, like, must have if you were a fan of Kylo Ren and The Force Awakens. Despite what he does in the movie, I'm not going to spoil it. But, yeah, definitely, if you haven't watched the movie already, go watch it. And then pick up this Kylo Ren figure here. Because, yeah, avoid the original release. Please do yourself a favor and pick this version up. Because, you know, the hand, the new addition to the lightsaber, it kind of shows that sometimes Hasbro listen to the fans and they actually do something, because a lot of people kind of complained about that stuff, so they revised it here, so that's great. But yeah, guys, okay, if I was to recommend one of these four, well, like I mentioned, I'm not sure if I've mentioned it in this video, but I mentioned it in the Phasma review, probably. These are the Tim's figures, so I haven't actually had a time to look at them.
Ow.
But I'm going to have to go with the Kylo Ren, and Tim owns the Kylo Ren as well, so would you have to agree?
I would agree, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just the stuff that comes with this Kylo Ren, the fact that, you know, he's a figure that was released before, and they've just made, like, they've basically taken any complaint that people had about the original and worked it over and given you this version. Some might not like the fact that, you know, he has the snow down here, and there is still the matter of it would have been nice to get an interchangeable head, but with the mechanics of how the hood is attached to the head, I'm not sure if that would actually be possible. I mean, I haven't tried to remove the head, but nonetheless, still a purchase you guys should definitely make. I mean, you should support this line and, like, buy all of them, and then, like, buy yourself an X-Wing pilot Luke to give the lightsaber to damn it, I'm trying not to spoil the movie here. To Finn. Yeah.
Finn. Yes.
Finn, yeah. Finn.
To Finn.
Yeah, guys, so that's all I have to say. Perfect 10 for Kylo Ren and perfect 10 for Captain Phasma. I just spoiled my own review.
Oh well.
Next review, we're shaking it up a bit. The Tim's gonna be hijacking my channel.
With some intense hacking.
Yep, he's gonna be reviewing his own figures. Yep. But I'll probably jump him at the end and give my scores.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Definitely see how that turns out. So yeah, do yourself a favor, go watch The Force Awakens if you haven't already, and if you've watched The Force Awakens, go watch it again. And buy all these figures.
Yes.
Buy all the Black Series.
All of them.
All except Constable Zuvio.
Especially Constable Zuvio.
No, not especially Constable Zuvio. Fuck off, Zuvio.
I mean, if you want to buy them, go ahead, buy them. You know.
Yep. I don't know why anyone would want to.
Why wouldn't you want to?
I don't know. It's like, is anyone going to look at Constable Zuvio and like, yeah, that makes me excited for the movie?
I don't know. Completionists. I don't know.
Bloody completionists. But props to you if you bought that figure just to review it and show that it's a thing. Because good for you. You're the true credit to society.
You're the real MVP.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. And oh god, kicking that Jar Jar earlier must have transferred something. Basically, guys, anytime I see a Jar Jar related merchandise, I kick it. Sometimes across the store, sometimes I just kick it back and it knocks over all the other Jar Jars.
Yep.
But basically, yeah, fuck Jar Jar, and we are out of here. Please let me know what you think of the Kylo Ren figure down in the description below. If you have Kylo Ren already, the original release, do you want to, you know, get rid of him for this new one? Do you think this new one is far superior? I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, I basically put down all the reasons as to why. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, let me just fix this up. Okay, guys, but yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that cool shit, and I shall see you in the next video. Till then, guys, take care, and bye.